Hi, my name is Jerry Kroth. I'm a professor in California, psych professor. This is about telepathy, psychic dreams, and near-death experiences. Okay, so this is from a video I made called 8 Taboos of Psychology. Here's an example of two twin sisters, identical twin sisters.
Twins have so many stories of telepathy and feeling each other's pain and happiness. We have had experiences. Lisa was living in Australia.
I was living in Australia, halfway around the world.
And I was living in New York City.
I was living in New York. Got in a serious car accident in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the outback.
I looked at my mother and I said, something's wrong.
There's this intangible feeling that you can't actually explain to other people. And even when I had the accident, before anybody had, contacted or we had gotten to somewhere we can make phone calls, she had already been calling all of my friends that lived in Sydney.
Did anyone talk to? Because I couldn't.
60% of Americans believe they have experienced ESP like that, all right? The next taboo is near-death experiences. Many people have died, been resuscitated, and then in that period of time where they're clinically dead, they report very similar experiences, that they're happy, they see a light, they feel ethereal. So this is a girl that you're going to meet who was hit in 16 years old in a head-on collision and was in a coma for 2 weeks. And she was able, in that coma, to leave her body.
And so I would go over to my family and I would say, I'm okay, and I'd try to comfort them, but they couldn't hear me, and I was so annoyed by it. I woke up one night and I went into my mom's room and I said, Mom, when I was in a coma upstairs, were you and Dad and Grandma down in the cafeteria, and Dad said this and you said this and Grandma stood up and this happened? And my mom just looked at me in awe and was like, how do you know that?
Gallup poll says 5 to 10% of the general population has had a near-death experience similar to that. So the next taboo was psychic dreams. These are dreams where you see something happening in the future and it comes true. A woman dreamt her sister would be killed in a white car in a head-on collision. She told her parents about the traumatic dream, but her older sister was not likely to die. She was only 20 years old, and she didn't own a white car. 3 days later, after that dream, her older sister was killed in a crash in a white car that wasn't her own. Now, there are many such dreams that many people have. 38% of Americans say they have experienced such a psychic dream. They also watch the video. It's very interesting. Forbidden Psychology and its 8 major taboos. Thanks for watching.